everyone? My name is Jerk and... Big Show Band, or... Are you all doing okay over there? That sounded a little different than usual. Anyway, this is the Big Show, and how's everyone doing? Back to back to back to back videos coming through the airwaves like an endless supply of CSI episodes. Wow, the sound team is really on one today. Moving on, we've got another new guest for you all waiting in the green room, so let's give them the old Big Show welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Tech Tree Tier 6 Russian heavy cruiser. Give it up for Tallinn. Yes, Tallinn, the answer to so many of life's questions. Questions like, what is the best Tech Tree Tier 6 cruiser? Or how am I supposed to deal with the Weimar? Or what would happen if we put a PC Tier 9 cruiser into our Tier 6? Or what should I name my the season 2021 love child? Tallinn for all of these. What makes this ship so great? Well, if you know me, you know I love utility. And for all intents and purposes, this is a German cruiser, but with the very, very balanced Russian guns. So that equals the hull of a Hipper, complete with the turtleback, torpedo racks, albeit Russian, hydro, also Russian, and improved penetration angles, though 5 degrees less than the Americans, and a nice long-range but short-lasting radar. Now, there are some weaknesses. It's not the most agile, even with an agile build. Turret traverse is pretty slow, but all of that is made up by the fact that when you're top tier, this ship is ridiculous. And when it's bottom tier, it is still very, very good. And it's all because of this AP. AP that I'm barely going to be able to show you in this match. And to get the most out of the AP, let's get the commander and modules up on the big screen. Well, folks, you'd better get used to seeing this mug. It is Ivan the Terrible with Stormin Norman Scott and Mr. Klinikov. So since we are talking about Russian heavies, let me tell you about the HE. It's not that good. I mean, it can start the fire. Really, nothing from the sound department. I set that up for you guys. Its alpha damage isn't particularly high, but in the case of this specific ship, it has 12 guns that fire pretty much laser beams, so it can definitely be noticeable when you are shooting destroyers, as this Benson is finding out, and hopefully they will just keep shooting and staying spotted, and I will be able to take them out. Look how tight these shells group too. Oh, and that is why we are using Ivan B. Lightful. Though I only have him at 15 Legendary 2 right now, next week I will have him at 16 Legendary 3, which will make the dispersion even better. So anyway, I am unable to finish that Benson. So I am going to break off because I don't want to get torpedoed. And I'm going to head back to the island. But check out what my RPF does here. You see how I'm kind of seeing how it turns around? That little stinker has actually turned around and is headed back this way. Are they challenging me? Come at me, bro. So I'm going to use this island to break line of sight and figure out exactly where they are, and then I will reverse back to catch them. Now, remember how I was saying there are some weaknesses to this ship? You'll notice that I am in full reverse right now, but it's going to take a little while to stop and reverse. Even with my prop mod, we are slowing down much slower than I wish it did. It's certainly not the Ochkov, which will start and stop on a dime and reverse in 25 knots or faster. So I'm going to overshoot things just a little bit. We're now reversing. And we're just getting our guns ready because we have our RPF ready to spot this Benson. He must be shooting his guns Probably means that he has dropped torps at somebody, and I think somebody just went down right there. But you know what? That is okay. Hello, and here are my 12 laser beams. Bonk. So, Benson down. If we look, we have lost 3 destroyers. The enemy team has lost 2, and I think a cruiser. So, we're pretty even right now, except for the fact that they have 2 caps. We have 1, and pretty much all of my team is over here, aside from a couple ships who decided to flee south. I don't know. Maybe it's winter and they're looking for warmer weather. This ship has a 25mm bow, which means ships with 356s and smaller can be bounced. We are bottom tier this match, and unfortunately, none of the red battleships have guns smaller than that, so I can't go full YOLO like when I'm top tier. Now, what's imperative here, though, is for us to flip B to reverse the red team's gaining of points, but as a cruiser in a battleship's world, I can't really just head in there to do it myself, because even the red ships chasing after those blueberries at the bottom of the map will salivate at the sight of a cruiser. So I really need to play a little careful here. Unlike a certain red Kagero who is going to be spotted at any second, who I'm guessing just was thinking something like, hey, dinner's ready, can somebody send me back to port? I do finally get to shoot some AP there, and where's that Kagero? They're just gonna pop up out of nowhere. There they are. How did I detect them? At any rate, I have AP loaded, so I am just going to fire it. And we score 5 overpins, but it is worth mentioning that this AP can and will arm in angled destroyers. This does have short fuse AP, not as short as the Brits, but not as long as most ships, about halfway in between. So if you have AP loaded, you can hold it until they give you a better angle to score major damage, or you can just shoot HE and secure your second ship sunk. You thought you thought you were going to get through a whole video without hearing about it, but here is our daily lesson in positioning. You see how all of these red battleships are to the south? Well, that's going to make it easy for me to keep an island between myself and them and get a little closer to where I can hug a low-hanging island. Now, the last red destroyer, that Akatsuki, is up to the north, and it is terrorizing our battleships. And I want to get up there and help them, but I don't feel like I can do that with these battleships being so close. I really need to be sure the destroyer is in my radar range before I use it, and doing so right now, I'm not sure they would be picked up, and I don't even know if our battleships would have a shot loaded, because this is such short radar. But you can see right here, I'm going to be able to just use this island. I am spotted, but I'm going to use this island and just chip away at this battleship. And we're finally going to get to use some AP, except, oh, now they're angling. Alright, so we'll discharge this one, and we will switch over to the HE. And maybe we can get a fire. Maybe we can get a fire. Oh, they did shoot at me. Alright, so here goes our shot. Fire chance slim, but the fire gods are on my team. So we do get a fire on them, and they're going to put it out. And look, they just take a very nice solid hit. So I just need to try and get one more fire on them, or any damage. Come on. Oh my god, they're going to get around there. Well, we have one more chance. I don't even think this can get over it. We'll try, though. Blessed be Stalin. Ask and he shall deliver. We get a fire. There they go. There's our third ship sunk. Well, I'm almost ready to go assist our battleships, but now we got this gall-darn Colorado cramp in my style. We've got the AP loaded, and we can abuse some game mechanics right here to fire and remain unspotted. I'm just trying to edge up to the side of this island And yeah, see, the highest point of our ship is not in direct line of sight to that Colorado, so we fire and we don't get spotted. And check out this AP damage. I had a match prior to this where I got a full salvo into, I forget what battleship it was, but it was like 15,000 damage of penetrations. The penetration on these shells is truly ridiculous. Close range battleships with exposed citadels like Vladivostok or some of the American ones, you really need to be aware of the fact that under 6 kilometers, this ship can definitely make you pay. And that's not even taking into account the 4-kilometer torps. So be aware of that. Now, where'd that Colorado go? I'm a little frustrated right now because I was hoping that our destroyer, at least they're capping, but they are not spotting the Colorado anymore. So I really need to know where they are, but I don't want to use this radar for them. That's why I'm like, hey, I need intelligence data. And to their credit, this destroyer player is going to swing around and spot them again for me. But I also just saw that the Colorado shot its shells, so it's got, what, almost 30 seconds, so I can get out here and get 2 or 3 salvos off before they will be reloaded. They're going to take a couple torps anyway, and will we be able to yoink this from the destroyer? Come on. Nope. Alright, so now I can finally deal with this destroyer. And I'm doing some evasive maneuvers here, right? While I get my turrets turned around. This Akatsuki has been terrorizing our team, as I mentioned, and they've been not kept in check for too long. So while these swing around, you can see I put my hydro on because I'm expecting them to try and torp me. They've just been chasing our battleships. But using my RPF, okay, they are actually pretty close because we saw the RPF just switch. That means they moved into a new square. So let me just deftly dodge these sea turds. And there's another batch. And now that my guns are all turned around, radar and deletion. There we go. There is our 4th ship sunk. And yeah, you know what? This isn't going to be the crazy highest damage game, but that's because a lot of this has been spent hunting destroyers. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it, and radar cruisers are almost as good as gunboats. Anyway, now that we have flipped this, you can see we are still down by 100 points. So we need to sink at least that battleship because there's not much time left. I like it when people tell me to shoot the only thing that's spotted, like we don't know. But I'm just busting chops. Trying to get over into a position here, finally be able to use the AP. Now, this is when I realize, hey, I wonder what the health on our battleship is over to the east side here. So I'm going to look over and, oh dear Lord. Okay, well, we cannot have them die or we will lose this game. So, shooting this AP, you saw I got a very solid hit there. I'm going to switch over to HE because they are turning in. Oh, nope, I'm going to shoot one more AP first. And then we will switch over to HE as they are bow in. I kept being afraid, I was so afraid that we were going to hear that our teammate was sunk because, oof, that would have been painful. But we do have our HE loaded here, and we're going to get this salvo off. And in doing so, we're switching back to AP, but we are going to pick up Kraken 333 in the Tallinn and a Confederate. That's kind of interesting. A Confederate, but no high caliber, but that's because I've been hunting destroyers. It's hard to get that high caliber when most of the game you're just shooting the lowly boats. Anyway, alright, I'm spotted by the remaining ship. I think it's a Zara, but they're not going to shoot anymore. And I don't recall if they were very weak or not, but I kind of get the feeling that they didn't take any damage. Well, anyway, we are going to get away with this one, and we are going to pull off the win here. So let's go ahead and 1, tell our team that's how it's done, and 2, let's check out the scoreboard. 2,564 XP for a good game, and it was a good game. Nice nail biter down to the end, but nice work by the blue buddies to stay alive and flip caps, and a firm handshake to the red team. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you are ready to sell your Weimar to have the silver to get Tallinn, then give this video a like. If you're a BB main who is now going to post on the internet that cruisers need their AP nerfed because they are damaging you, hit dislike. Questions, comments, tales of your preseason, leave it down below. And if you want to find out what next heavy boy we're going to showcase, then you can hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks. I will get back out there in my time machine for another one soon, and we will talk then.